Hello, my name's Malcolm and I'm going to take you through generating a very simple CobWeb diagram using GeoGebra. So first of all, open up GeoGebra, and on my version I've got the algebra window open and a graphics window, and I'll begin by inputting a parameter A, which I'll give a default value of 1, and I will show that on the graphics screen. Now later on I will want this to vary. So I'll just have a look at the properties of that. Instead of going from -5 to 5 in increments of 0.1, I'll go from -5 to 5 in increments of 0.01. And I'll close the properties window. Now, input your function. Let's call function x equal to x squared minus a, minus the parameter. There it is, and let me, while I'm here, just make that a nice pretty blue. I'll also input the line y is equal to x, so I'll call it gx equal to x. And again, let me make that blue and not quite so highlighted. And lastly, let me put a point on the x-axis. So I'll come up here, select point, and just put it on the x-axis. And let me make that point be red. And now we're ready to start generating our CobWeb diagram. So I don't need the algebra window anymore, so let me shut that. And let me open up the spreadsheet window. What we're going to do is we're going to generate points. Here we're going to generate a point on the function corresponding to A, then a point on the y equal to x corresponding to that, and then a point back on the x-axis. So let's do that. Now, we can either type into the spreadsheet, or we can type down here and say cell A1 is equal to the x value of point A, function the x value of point A, and there it is. B1 is going to be the point on the line y is equal to x, so the y value of A1, and it's got the same y coordinate. So there it is there, and now you can see as I vary A, both A1 and B1 move nicely, as we would like them to. Let's now go to point C1. C1 will be just our point on the x-axis. So let's go, it'll be x, B1, 0, and just let me pause here for the minute. C1 is that point. Now, what I want to do is create the intervals from each of these points, so I'll do it here in the input box. D1 will be the interval from A to A1, and B1 can be the interval from A1 to B1. And so there's my first part of the CobWeb diagram, and as you can see, when I vary A, it all shows nicely. Now, the second row has to be slightly different because our CobWeb diagram goes from B1 to the function rather than from C1 to the function. So in here, let's type these in again. So now A2, I've got it over there, I'll do it here. A2 will be the x coordinate of C1 to the function, which is good. B2 we can just fill down, that's nice. C2 we can just fill down, but D now needs to go, so our interval is going to go, So D2 is going to be the interval, not from C1 to A2, but from B1 to A2. And finally E can just fill down. And there's my second iteration. Now you can see this is starting to get cluttered, so it would be really nice if we didn't show these points. So I can actually go, don't even need to show the objects really. I don't need to show any of these. So I don't need to show those. And now to get as many iterations as we like, all I have to do is just fill down. So let's put in 10 iterations. So let's go down there. There are 10 iterations. Perhaps I should have done this. No need to show those objects. Ooh, they came back. What objects are being shown? I don't quite understand what objects those are. What point is that? These ones. There we go. And so there it is. So there's my CobWeb diagram. Simple as that. And if you want to vary the function, you can do that as well. Very nice. Thank you.